Everyone, Vidette Mayer here. Welcome to today's daily tune-in. I think if there was a day that I could ask everybody to watch a daily tune-in, it would be today's, because I feel as though this is going to be a really important and pivotal one, and one that we can look back on and um, that the message was kind of a shift. It was a shift in um, in consciousness collectively. I'm going to get to all of that because it sounds like a lot, and it is a lot. And I have notes here because I want to stay on point to how. No, I don't want to update how important it is that we are in a high level of consciousness right now in this moment. Today is Monday, December 6th, and there are some really important things that are happening right now. First of all, the most important thing is that I get this dog hair off of my lip, out of my lip gloss, because it's very distracting. Okay, there we go. Okay, the daily tune-in. So yesterday I was looking at the Schumann, and I posted about a very palpable shift in consciousness that's about to happen. And the upside to that is that it's a shift in consciousness that takes collectively many consciousnesses, many individuals in our collective to a higher frequency of being, which then elevates the consciousness of the entire planet and puts us closer into the collective seeing of all the darkness and the deception that we've had. What that also means is that when and as that happens, anything in and operating in the dark and denser world is going to rage and lash out. Think of a narcissistic personality. Narcissists are always wanting to be in power, in control. And when they start to lose it, they get meaner, they start to rage. So all of us have known someone like that in our world, and we are globally, we are controlled by a narcissistic collective that wants to keep power for themselves, that wants to control through all ways so that they can keep the resources and power to themselves. When this shift in consciousness is happening, which can't be stopped because of where we are in the planetary orbit, because of all of these energies coming in. However, we are going to have to watch global events take place that will be a deliberate attempt to create more fear, create more overwhelm, create more confusion. And that's going to be the rageful kind of behavior that is going to be thrown into a global collective to paralyze to paralyze many individuals into fear. However, what is happening is there is a rise in consciousness that is here. It is happening. We are the majority. Therefore, we also have a deliberate consciousness and collective consciousness that is going to keep us rising higher than all of the fear that's being thrown out. So we can just kind of watch it and say, I see what's happening. I see what's happening. I'm not going to fall into the fear. So that is going to be up to us as these events unfold. I don't know what they are. I don't know how they're going to come out and how they are going to manifest in our personal realities as well as our global realities. I'm just here to say, expect it. Expect that in your personal life, anything that is still hanging on, that is of, kind of some abrasiveness in your life, it will probably be triggered by some kind of event so you can fully see it and release it, and globally the same thing. So it's up to us to hold the higher consciousness during this time. That's really important. The other really important part for today is where we are right now. We are just coming out of that new moon solar eclipse. So there are some pretty massive energies as a result of it. And these energies are going to be flooding in for a while now. But the most important thing is that these energies are building the energetic momentum for the next 4 years of our lives. Okay, 4 years. So if we succumb to the overwhelm, the fear, and the confusion, and that's where we sit for this time frame, while as we anchor in these energies from the solar eclipse and also just the normal, the normal galactic energies that are coming in, that have been flooding in, that are so high, they're mixing with the solar eclipse energy, and we're in the flood. Okay, we are in the flood. And these floods, the flood of energies, is what is carrying us in and creating the momentum for the next 4 years lives. So, y'all, this is where we have to be really conscious of how we're navigating these every now moment for the next day, 2 days, 3 days, the next week, 10 days, through to the solstice. Okay, because this is what's going to take us into the next solar cycle, which means the physical manifestation of 2022, and also the next 4 years. So this is the time to hold the line. When we say that, it means hold the line of consciousness to a higher frequency. The other thing is that today I just read, I didn't know, I had seen something about it, but I didn't quite understand it until I saw something that I want to read to you, because it's not my words and I want to give credit where credit is due. I learned it from the Cosmic Space Witch on Instagram. And she says this, okay? Today the sun will align perfectly with the Great Attractor. The Great Attractor is in consciousness, our pineal glands, which are then connected into source energy, which is the Great Attractor in consciousness. It's also our sun aligns with Alcyon, the central sun of the Pleiades. So what's happening is there's a lot of alignments happening today in consciousness and in our galaxy, which again combines with all of this solar energy. And the Great Attractor is the point of destiny. Okay, so today is massively, massively important that you hold the line, that you keep your shit together as in like hanging on, but this is where you don't falter. You have to stay in the line of consciousness, in the higher frequencies. You don't have to, but I challenge you to. If you are here, you get what we're doing here. You get what's happening. We're in the greatest transformation of our human selves and our human planet ever before. And you are holding the line. You are holding the higher consciousness of our collective, while everybody else kind of sorts through the fear and the confusion and figures out how to get out of it, or they just don't figure it out and they move on with this dark and denser world that some of us are finding to be too painful to live in. So we want to create something else, and we create that collective consciousness first so that we can then create it and project it out into reality. So that is what we are doing. We are consciously manifesting a greater and higher frequency of realities. We are doing that in consciousness, which is in the great void, in the quantum field, where our consciousness and our emotions create an electromagnetic field that start moving particles around into then manifesting into the physical world as matter, as reality. This is a really important day of all days, that if you can take care of yourself and you can just be in every single moment and have that be your commitment today, because today marks your point of destiny and our point of destiny. So then she goes on to say, this is, I want to read this too. According to the deep space astrologer Philip Sedgwick, while this complex point actively, which is the great attractor point, while this complex point actively recedes, it summons an energy of come hither. Once engaged, this pull exceeds anything known. The attraction to this point possesses a seductive tone, but in a classical Sagittarian way. Sagittarian mode. There's something about it. It seems to possess this energy. It's mysterious, it's captivating. It might even be a direct personification of the creator. So basically, we are in consciousness today, in this alignment with the point of destiny, that what we put out in consciousness is come hither, coming back to us. So that's why I say it's critically important that you stay in a higher level of consciousness. If you need to put the phone down, turn off the news, check out of the global outer world so that you don't take in all of the other things, even if you know what's going on, but you know that they're also shoving out fear, and they're going to come at you. They're going to come at us with stories that could sound quite terrifying or can anger us quite a bit if we're in the world of having choice. So all of the stuff is going to be thrown out as much as it can to deceptively mislead our emotional and intentional consciousness. So whatever has to happen to block that out, especially today, this is the time to do it. And what you have to concentrate on, and what I have to concentrate on, is keeping in our consciousness what we want to create now and in 2022 and for the next 4 years, because we are in the energy in this now moment that's going to create all of that. And if we are creating from fear, overwhelm, and chaos, we're going to get a lot more of that for the next couple of years. If we're creating from inspiration and creativity and love and full expression of our higher self, we're going to get a whole level of upgrades in the next few years. That's why this is so important. Coincidentally, I didn't know the whole, point of destiny was going to be happening today, but I have scheduled in the Ascension Bank tonight, what'll be Monday morning for many of you in the States, is going to be the group hypno-meditation for this month. And what we're doing is we're going to anchor in tonight, this morning, next morning for you, whatever, on the 6th, the Monday the 6th. We are going to anchor in these frequencies. I'm going to help guide you into clarity of intention of what you want to create for the next 4 years. And we are going to anchor all of those frequencies into your body. We are going to wormhole you into the greatest expression of the next 4 years of your life. If you don't know what I'm talking about with wormhole, I've posted about it on Instagram. It's on the Patreon page too. I went into a really long, in-depth article over the weekend about wormholing and exactly kind of how it works. So you can read that. It's a public article on Patreon. But this is going to be the day to do this. And I'm so excited because it was set up, spirit guided that completely, because I just set it up for today, not knowing how energetically charged today would be. So it's going to be perfect manifestation of the day to anchor all of this in. And doing it collectively, doing it in a group, just magnifies and expands the intention. So we are going to magnify and expand your intention, your frequency, and together that then projects all of that out into our global collective as well. So join me in the Ascension Bank. The link is already up in there for you to join at your time zone, at your time. And I welcome you here. This is big work. It's magical work. Magic is nothing more than consciousness, and creating consciously is what we're doing here. That's what we're doing in the Ascension Bank. We are creating the consciousness of wealth and health in all areas of life. So step into the repository of the bank, and in that bank, we're going to deposit some consciousness and higher frequencies into each of our multidimensional selves, and we are going to see the return on that investment over the next 4 years. So if you want to join me, the link is here to get to the Ascension Bank. You can read more about wormholing and read more about what I'm talking about here. And hi, Jeanette, welcome. I'm up, so I'm glad you said hi. And I look forward to seeing you tonight around this collective hypno meditation. It's going to be powerful. Thank you all so much. Love to you. Mwah. See you on the next Daily Tune In. Bye. Bye, Jeanette. Thank you for joining.